It's Friday. We made it. We actually made it to Friday. I hope all of you are fantastic today. You are looking forward to the weekend. Here in Canada, we are actually celebrating a long weekend. It's our Labor Day. So we have a long weekend coming up, which is kind of fantastic. But I hope all of you are ready. We are heading into September. It starts tomorrow. And as a lot of you know, September is like the new year of our year, because it's the time of the year when we start to get organized again, we get back into routine. It's like, you know, if you have children, they're heading back to school. There are so many great things that happen come September. So it is like the new year. And of course, guys, it's Friday. As you know, in my neighborhood, it's garbage day on Friday. So don't mind all the noise. So I wanted to talk today about a really great saying. And I posted it in, you know what? If you want something different in life, it's like you have to actually do something different. If you want something you've never done before, then you have to do something you've never done before. And the saying sounds so incredibly simple, however you want to paraphrase it. But if that's what you're looking for in life, then you actually have to do it. And one of the scariest ways to do this is with change. And that's the thing. If you want to experience, if you want to do something you've never done, then you have to do something you've never done. And that, like I said, in a lot of cases is change. And for a lot of us in our lives, some of us get really, stuck in our comfort zones, or we're just doing the same thing day in, day out, or we're not happy, or whatever it is. And so change can be difficult. So I wanted to talk to you guys today about how can you start a new practice of change so it's not so darn scary, and you guys can start experience things that are completely different. And so the hardest thing, and I do not recommend it in any way, is to completely alter and change your entire life, because that in itself is overwhelming and hard. So I always say, start with little baby steps. Okay, I'm gonna tell you, what we need to do is we have to start training our brain that doing things differently or changing things is a new practice. It's something that we're going to get used to doing on a regular basis. So if we can subtly change simple things, then when we go to attempt the bigger things, it doesn't seem so scary. So I always like to tell people, write down the biggest things that make you scary about change. Listen, if you aren't aware of what scares you the most about change, then how can you do anything differently? So if it's that, change, changing like my career, or changing my family life, or my home, or doing anything like that, I like things to stay the same because it gives me comfort, then start pushing yourself subtly outside of that. Okay. For instance, you drive to work every day the same way. In most cases, as human beings, this is what we do. We have one routine, one route, and that's all we do, is that one route. Change it. Change a simple thing like the route to work to a different route. You are starting to teach yourself that change is okay. Because guys, I'm gonna tell you something. When you think about the scariest things in change, I want you to ask yourself 3 questions if you were to do it. And these are ridiculous questions. I've mentioned them so many times in the PPA, but they are so relevant on so many levels. Number 1, if I was to change my routine to work, which is gonna be completely different, and even sometimes a simple change like that can be scary for people. Number 1, is the sky going to fall? No, of course it's not. But this helps you to yank yourself and give you perspective. Number 2, did the earth open up and swallow me whole? No, it didn't, and it won't. And number 3, if you make a change in your life, whatever subtle change that is, are you going to die? No, you're not. That's the thing. Sometimes We have to ask these ridiculous questions to ourselves to give ourselves perspective that it's okay. So, a simple, subtle change like taking a different route to work. Going to the coffee shop once a week, try a different type of coffee. Maybe get a tea. Start shifting. One of the greatest things that women can do, and as women sometimes we get very stuck in this routine. I used to be that person, and if you notice, I subtly change things all the time. My lipstick. Listen, I know, guys, you're like, really? Whoa, that's a big thing. It is. For a woman, it is. Sometimes we get stuck in wearing the same color day in and day out, but you change it. Change it. If you are generally someone that wears a neutral color, wear a bold one. Try it. It's not going to kill you, right, David? Yeah, David said it, but did you die? Exactly. Did you die? A lot of people, some people are stuck in wearing the same colors. They're the gray, the black, the brown. Listen, I'm one of the worst for it. My husband is always like, Heidi, you look so pretty in color. Wear color more often. And I'm like, I do. It's not that I don't. But sometimes I'm just like, it's just easy. It all matches, right? But it's a great way if you are someone that needs to start practicing change in your life because it's something that scares you, switch it up. Wear a red top, wear a blue top, anything, just once. You will, it'll blow your mind how one little tiny change can start to train your mind to get used to change. So these are the subtle things that you can do, the tiny little things that are gonna prepare you for whatever the big change is. Maybe you're someone that's like, you know what, I really wanna go back to school. That's a massive change in your life, and that could be very daunting for you. So, like I said, start training yourself with simple changes to get yourself used to change is okay. And then you're gonna be ready, and it's not gonna be so scary to do the big ones in your life. I always say to people, when you are getting ready and when change is the thing that you want to have in your life, start saying yes. All those times that you say no to things, and I always bring this one up because I'm always so surprised how many people say no to going out on a weekday because they're like, oh, I got work in the morning, I got school, I got kids. Really? That means you can't go out and meet someone for a quick drink or a dinner? You could be home by 9 o'clock. Start saying yes to things. Start saying yes to conversations you want to have. Start saying yes to experiences in life. This change radically changes your life when you start saying yes, because all of a sudden, saying yes is you're saying yes to your life. And that change is going to drastically change and increase your happiness like you have no idea. The last thing I want to say to you guys, for change to happen, you need to be inspired. One of my favorite things to do is you can read biographies. You can watch biographies. You can watch feel-good movies where people are doing, especially if they're true to life stories, where people have done incredible things in their life. Get inspired. Get inspired. My God, we're all a part of the PPA here, and I can't even tell you the amount that I am inspired by all of you. Every single day, there's so many of you that inspire me. You share videos, you share posts. Some of the comments, are you kidding me? I have to tell you, what I'm talking about today was inspired by one of our PPA members, Liz. She is the one that put that quote up. And I was like, yes, if you want something different in your life, then you have to do something different. And that's change. See, we're all inspired. So find ways to get inspired so it's inspiring you to have these changes in your life to live the best life that you want to. Guys, it's Friday. What better topic could we be talking about than this today? Change. We are heading into September tomorrow. That's a change in itself. We're going into another month. We're heading into fall very soon. The weather's going to start changing. See? Nature in itself is constantly preparing us to change. It changes, and it's beautiful when it does. So get inspired just by the world around you. Guys, happy Friday. If you're in Canada and you're in anywhere that is celebrating, because the US of course is doing the same thing, it's Labor Day. We are all having a long weekend now. Enjoy your change into September and enjoy the changes you start implementing into your life. Little changes. It's gonna lead to big ones. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye, guys.